Hey everyone, this is Stevie Richards. Welcome back to the Garage Gym. In today's video, we are going to try to answer the question for you. Is the upgrade kit for the Force USA G15 all-in-one trainer worth the price, worth the extra cost on top of the base model Force USA G15? Quick note, this upgrade kit is also compatible with the plate-loaded G10 all-in-one trainer version. So essentially the G10 is the plate-loaded version of the G15 here, which is the weight stack version all-in-one trainer. So as always, we try to put as many timestamps in the description and the pinned comment below. So check that out if you want to skip ahead. We're going to address each and every attachment that comes with the upgrade kit. And then in the end, we're going to come to basically a conclusion. Even though I already bought it, had it assembled, I have it, so I kind of made the decision already. But for you specifically, is it worth it? Now, obviously, some of these attachments will be more useful for you than others. So please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want Force USA to sell these attachments as a solo thing, like say the jammer arms, which we are definitely going to go into detail about the jammer arms in this video. If you only want the jammer arms, if you only want the light press attachment, right now I think logistically they put it as a package deal for shipping, logistics, and assembly, whatever it might be. It's probably a better value for them to put it in a group, in an upgrade kit. But leave a comment, let me know, and I'll share the feedback with Force USA. So let's get started, or more specifically, let's recap, because I did a full workout and B-rolled that and got a feel for everything, because it was the first time I ever used the jammer arms, and it was the first time I ever used the leg press attachment on this. Now, the design of the leg press attachment is similar to the one for the G20, as well as other in the G series lineup. So I'm familiar with the design and the engineering and the ergonomics, but there are a couple tips with this one, because this does not have the safety bars of the G3, which was a favorite of mine for heavier vertical leg pressing. So pay attention to that, go to that. You can skip in the timestamps if you want to any of the attachments, but try to watch the whole thing through to see if this is indeed a good value for you, your home gym, garage gym, or your gym space. So I'm going to start out with attachments I did not use, but they're kind of self-explanatory. And this one here, the core trainer attachment where your barbell will go into, this is going to be part of a dedicated review video. If you watched other videos here in the garage gym, you notice that we have two barbells still in their packages. And we're going to do a full review of why those two barbells are the only barbells I'm ever going to have in this garage gym, and that's going to go along with using this core trainer, which I just leave hooked up to here. And this is an upgrade kit attachment. They used to be standard on some previous G models. So we're going to do a comparison once again to the 15, the 20, and also the X series that is coming out soon. It might be out already, so check out the review and the comparison videos here on the channel if it's after the release. But there are some G series models that have a standard core trainer attachment, and also this is an optional attachment for the classic and folding my racks. The design's a little bit different, obviously, as we get the holes in these trainers as they move along in the engineering. But this is going to be excellent for single arm use, for barbell training, for doing stuff like adding Viking press attachments and other stuff like that, which in the future, I hope they have a Viking press attachment that they either sell or include with one of their future all-in-one trainers. So we're going to breeze through the other three attachments that we have not used, but like I said, they're self-explanatory. Let's start off with the row handle. Once again, just like the core trainer, you're going to attach a barbell to this. So once again, those two barbells that are still in the package off camera, we're going to include this attachment. So be sure to catch that video. Like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. T-bar rows, wider rows for that grip. Really, really nice attachment. And then we have the ankle cuff attachment in the upgrade kit. This here, the Velcro seems to kind of be wearing off, as it always does with these kinds of attachments. My wife is a big proponent of using these for lower leg movements. I never use them, so maybe you want to see a video of me trying to use this ankle attachment, leave a comment below. Now, this is the interesting part as far as handles, as I pick them up. Now, the G15, as well as the G10, include these two handles, which I think is a great value. The one hook one and then one that's a little bit more customizable according to what length or lack of length, how close or far you want the handle from the cable attachment. So these two come with the G15. This here is an upgraded version, obviously. This is all metal, has knurling, and also spins. Those spin too, but not quite the whip, as they call it, as this one. So this could be a worthy attachment upgrade for you to have really, really good handles. I do like those. I've used those. I used this maybe once. So it's a matter of just having access and be able to do it. Obviously, with this one, you don't have the ability, like I said, it's included. You don't have the ability to measure and kind of customize that length from the cable trainer, but this is standard. This is an upgrade. So you're going to get both if you want to have the choice, or if you want to switch back and forth, or if you think this one along with this one, which is essentially the same thing. Of course, you're not going to get the whip that you're going to get with this one right here, and that might make all the difference in the world to you. Or you just want upgraded, nice commercial attachments for your G10 or G15. So let's talk about the vertical leg press attachment, which is one of my favorite attachments of all time in the G series lineup from Force USA. I really love the G3 vertical leg press attachment. I love the safety bars, which this is missing, so I'm not able to leg press as heavy, but the space and the real estate that I'm able to cover with this leg press attachment, from narrow to mid to wide, 45-degree, all that stuff is really, really useful, and I'll take the trade-off for that with the amount of leg press space and the updated engineering of the leg press attachment. Now, one thing to note, you can install this attachment incorrectly. I'm demonstrating how it goes on the wrong way because the hooks are going in towards the back of the G15. You need enough space to be able to have those big hooks clear. So there's 3 holes on each side of the leg press attachment. Those come into play and those are key, but also you need to install the leg press attachment the proper way so you're able to get clearance as you unmount and remount the leg press attachment. Because if you do it wrong, the hooks are going to catch those pegs or those pins that hold the leg press attachment or the whole Smith machine in place. So you need to make sure you put it on the proper way as I'm demonstrating in this B-roll clip, and then you're able to leg press. And obviously what I like to do is leg press, or vertical leg press more specifically, from the floor. The bench is great, but the floor, especially with lower back issues and neck issues, I'm able to have a more solid surface underneath me. Also, I don't have to worry about where to place the bench, how high or low it is. I have plenty of space, especially at 6'2", to be able to do a full leg press and have full range of motion as I'm leg pressing. And this is a great attachment. Now you see how big it is, obviously, so I'm not able to store this in a place where you're not going to see it. But like I said, certain trade-offs I will take for the space that I'm gaining as I'm doing the exercise, as opposed to storage and or the safety bar element that I really loved with the Force USA G3. So here we have a broad view of the storage shelves, which are included with the upgrade kit. And this here could be a deal maker for you, because you can see I have a lot of attachments on all 4 shelves. And so you don't have to buy something like a wall control and then kind of nail it, or screw it into the wall, or buy a storage cabinet. Most of the attachments for the G15 fit perfectly on here. The only things that I don't have on here are the safety spotter arms, but they can technically fit next to the dip handles, and then the knee for the knee holder, or knee thing for the lat pull down attachment. I don't know the official thing for that, but it's basically the knee holder for the lat pull down attachment. But outside of those 2 things, all the attachments, including the collars, J-hooks, the row handle, the handles that you saw, and of course the row handle may not fit as well, but that can be stored into a corner. Now the theme for this with the storage shelves, the other 2 attachments cannot be stored on the storage shelves. As a matter of fact, they're a little bit cumbersome and they're not easy to store. We're going to get to those in a minute, but first we have one other thing that's pretty cool, but maybe a niche or a niche, kind of my Philly accent, niche attachment for the upgrade kit. So here we have the other attachment I was talking about. This is the TV mount accessory or attachment for the G10 and G15. You may have seen the dedicated video here on the YouTube channel when they debuted this accessory or attachment with the Force USA G12. I do not have a TV up here just yet. We're probably going to put the bedroom TV, which is a 32-inch that we've had for quite a few years, because we are in a garage gym. There are some elements, especially here in Florida, where humidity and heat and stuff like that. So I wouldn't recommend, if you have a garage gym, using the best TV that you can. But if you have a climate control, like a sunroom or an apartment like we used to have, it could be something where you want to put something of quality in there. And the maximum that it does hold is a 32-inch TV. And I can angle that down, which I plan to do once the TV is hooked up. There's no point in angling it down and hooking the TV up, putting it back up and then bringing it back down. But it does telescope out a little bit. And as a matter of fact, you want it near an outlet. We have that surge protector and the outlet right behind. That's why we chose to put the G15 up against this wall. And of course, we have the LED lights, which are really awesome. A little bit of flicker during the videos, trying to solve that problem. But speaking of video, to be able to watch YouTube videos or anything else on a TV without having to take up space on the wall, you're going to know you need it, or it's going to be something where you're like, okay, I got it, but I'll probably not use it. So now we're going to get to the one attachment that everybody who has thought about buying anything from the Force USA brand or has bought it in the past have clamored for and demanded, and that is jammer arms. We did an overview video, Dan and myself, at the Force USA headquarters where we kind of talked about it, but this is my first time using it. And I have to say, it takes a little bit of getting used to, just like anything, when you're trying to find where to put the J hooks and other things. This is an extended version of that. Just be careful if you can have two people putting it up for the first time, or use two hands, and be very careful installing these. And just like the leg press attachment, there's an incorrect as well as a correct way to install these on the power rack portion of the G15. You need to make sure that the rubber stoppers are against the power rack on the G15 to make sure that it's installed correctly. Also, you'll have to make sure that the nut is tightened all the way on the back. That'll get you a flush fit, as well as the fact that it's not going to come off of the actual power rack. So tighten that up as much as you can to make sure, do a little bit of a test rep before you load up any kind of weight onto the jammer arms. Now, the way I'm doing this jammer arm exercise, all three grips, I'm basically doing bench pressing with the Force USA FID bench all the way up, technically in a shoulder press position. But I wanted to do it this way because my back, quite frankly, went out last week, so it's still hurting. And this gives me really good support to be able to do this. Also, I can line up the jammer arms to my chest without having to worry about full extension or anything like that being an issue on an angle, because it's technically kind of going out straight from this point. But if you're doing anything like any kind of vertical exercises, like a standing shoulder press or a driving exercise, like a lot of NFL linemen do with these types of jammer arm exercises, then you have to kind of figure out what hole it's going to be on when you install the jammer arms. But for this seated version, I kind of lined it up with the neutral grip, and I really did. I did all three grips, the lower one, the neutral one, then the upper one, and my chest was feeling it. I did not use a lot of weight. I wanted to be safe with this, and also for the fact of I do 3 full body workouts a week and 2 to 3 focus sessions, which are light cable exercises. But I can see myself doing this as a light focus session for chest and just doing burnout sets like this. It was really, really good. I really liked it, but I will say this, the install and then the removal of the jammer arms and setting them up and everything, it's clunky. It's really, really big, and I really did enjoy it. It's worth it once you get to know where everything is, but at the same time, be prepared. When you store it in a corner, it's not going to, it's going to stand out. You can't hide this thing. It's even more apparent than the leg press attachment that you're not going to be able to store this in a storage cabinet or a storage shelf, or even hanging it from the wall control stuff. Don't do that, because it's not going to work. So that about does it for this full review of the upgrade kit for this right here, the Force USA G15 all-in-one trainer. What do I think? I definitely think it's worth it because the leg press attachment alone, for me, the vertical leg press attachment is great. I used to use the core trainer all the time, which is off camera down here with a barbell when I had the classic MyRack. So I'm glad I got that again. The jammer arms, I can see the use for that, but with my workouts, I have to make sure that I'm efficiently moving from one exercise to the next. So for example, if I was doing the jammer arm exercises, say on a full body workout on Monday, and then it wasn't going to be touched, and that's my last exercise, then on Wednesday, which isn't really a reality because we use the cable attachments on our focus days on Tuesday, Thursday, even Saturday and Sunday sometimes. If you weren't going to remove them, make it your last exercise on one day. Then when you come back to the gym, it'll be your first exercise. That way you don't have to take it off and put it back on. I know first world problems, but it is something you got to be careful of safety wise. Even getting your fingers in between the rubber stopper, the jammer arms, and the power rack, you got to be careful not to jam them or get them stuck in there. So take your time or make it as efficient as you can. Write the numbers down where everything goes. And also keep in mind with the leg press attachment, you want one of those 3 holes to be able to place it correctly so you can safely and effectively do vertical leg presses. But that's like anything, even like I said, J hooks, setting up the cable attachments, all that stuff. Once you get the number and you get used to it, you'll get more efficient with that. The jammer arms can be quite polarizing, so leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. For me, in a combination with everything else, even the upgraded metal attachments, I will say probably my favorite of all that, because I'm trying to do the minimalism thing, which you can see from the garage, it's a struggle. But these storage shelves here keep everything within the footprint inside of the G15. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do a quick video showing you, because when the assembly service came out, they put it on backwards. No big deal at all, but I want to show you the correct way to do it. And I flipped them around and did it in like less than 10 minutes, taking my time. So it's not a big deal, even if you put it on wrong, but why bother double backing? But this here is probably the attachment in the upgrade kit that will benefit you the most when you have a tight space. As far as I know, everybody has a limited space. So this one, I think, is the sleeper hit, the storage shelves. As a matter of fact, we're going to do a comparison between these storage shelves and the X15 and X20 storage shelves, which are bigger. But once again, you're going to have a wider multi-trainer as opposed to this smaller footprint all-in-one trainer. So look for that video. Also, speaking of video, live every week, Wednesdays at 3 p.m., the SRF show, the Stevie Richards Fitness Show. We are going live with a weekly show, which will also be available as a podcast, available audio version on all major podcast platforms. Please check it out. It's going to have a lot to do with this. We have the warm-up segment, the main lift, accessory work, cool down. So a great garage gym, home gym, or just gym fitness-based segments. It's a great theme. Also, we're going to have a training partner episode from time to time where we interview people about their fitness journeys, how they work out in the home garage gym, or even a few pro wrestlers about how they work out on the road and what their regimen looks like. It'll be interesting to me, hopefully interesting to you. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe, everything, all those links will be in the description below. Speaking of links, please, if you decide to get the G15 all-in-one trainer, or the upgrade kit, the G10, or anything else from the Force USA lineup, please use forceusa.com/Stevie. That link, along with all the, see when I do these long videos, the Philly accent, that link, along with all the other affiliate links, will be in the description below. We appreciate when you use those links. It helps support the channel, and you get to save a little bit of money sometimes. And we appreciate you just any kind of support here at the Stevie Richards Fitness brand. Most importantly, thank you guys so much. God bless each and every one of you. Have a great day.